Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. My name's Elizabeth, and today we're going to talk about how to get out of your own way. Have you ever been in your own way? Have you ever been the bottleneck or the greatest obstacle in your life or with a goal you're trying to achieve? If so, then this video might be for you. Let's go ahead and get into how to stop getting in your own way and blocking success from you. Let's do it. All right, so the first thing is to get super clear. What is required to achieve what you want or to reach success, and then do it. Maybe this is more complicated. Maybe there's more nuances, but honestly, if you really think about it, what is the bare minimum? What is the basics that are required? If you're trying to reach a fitness goal, you're going to need to eat a certain amount of things. You're going to need to eat certain things, and you're going to need to exercise. And so figure out what that is. What is good enough? Does it have to be the perfect meals? Does it have to be the perfect exercise? And I think some people could try to be, well, these people are so fit, or look at their six-pack abs, or look how fit they are. Like, what is your goal? Maybe that's your goal. And so then, yes, go dive deeper and go find coaches that will tell you exactly what macros to eat, exactly what to eat, exactly how to lift. And they can show you that if that's where you want to go. But get specific. And also don't be afraid to go, you know what? I just want to get healthier and feel better in my skin and lose some weight and feel strong and be pain-free, then eating these certain meals and then going to the gym a certain amount and lifting in all the major muscle groups and doing it for at least a certain amount of time a day, that's enough. So don't overcomplicate it and just go, what is required for success? If I need to have clean teeth, what is required for success? Do I need to brush my teeth twice a day? Do I need to use dental floss? Is the floss better? Are the plackers better? Do either work? Do I need to go through each tooth? Yes. What about a tongue scraper? What do I actually need to do? Which toothpaste is going to be good? Or at least just use toothpaste. If you're overthinking, I need to use the perfect toothpaste. Just pick a toothpaste, right? We can all try to be like, what is the best way? What is the best way? Sometimes it's just, what is the way? What is a way that will be good enough? And you can adjust it over time. Like, I found a toothpaste that I love and I would never go back to another one. But I just started using toothpaste and eventually I found one. I was like, ooh, this is awesome, right? And so think about that and then go do your regular cleanings. So what is required for success? And maybe the hard part, and that's where, like with YouTube or something, I don't know exactly what's required for success. I don't know. I just see a lot of people out there who have the big production or have these things, right? So then I go, oh, maybe I need to do that. But basic. What is required for success? What is the basic thing you need to do? Show up and do that. Number 2 is to practice and put in the reps, right? You have to put in the reps and the time to get better. So we can get really lost into being the best or being the best version of ourselves and all this stuff, which is great. We want to be the best we can be. But sometimes that's the enemy of good enough, right? And there's so many mixed messages out here about we need to be so tough and we need to be this and stop being so weak. But I do think there's a spectrum. I think there's a spectrum of like, oh, I'm too chill and I don't care. Stop. No, give yourself rest days. Don't go work out if you're feeling a tiny bit off, right? Sometimes we need to say, no, you're okay. Like, go push yourself a little bit. But sometimes there is that like, stay hard, David Goggins, which for the average person, exactly what David does is not going to work, right? For the average person. And so what is going to work? And maybe you're like, well, I don't want to be average. I don't want to be this, but just start where you are. Like, sometimes it's good enough. Sometimes it's just good enough. Right? So practice, put in the reps. If you aren't able to do the right fitness goals, or maybe you aren't meeting your meals and stuff, figure out what's going to be the best possible scenario and what is good enough. What is good enough? And then if it's still not good enough, just keep practicing until you get there. But stop putting all that pressure on yourself and stop getting in the way of your own success. Like, it's good enough. It's good enough. Number 3, this is something that I've had to learn lately, is that if you want to achieve success, if you want to achieve what you want, if you actually just want to be peaceful and happy, and maybe like if you are trying to achieve a goal, you're probably going to feel a little bit of discomfort and you're not going to be peaceful and happy all the time. But at your core, if you want to be content with who you are, then you're going to have to detach yourself from the outcome. Right? Like, go back to your why. What is the connection? And so sometimes we can be like, oh, I really want this to happen. I really want to help so many people and I want to help myself and I want to work for myself and I want to do these things. But then if you're so attached to the outcome, that's where like the control comes in too with people and relationships. If you're so worried that they're going to get hurt or that they're going to do these things, like, and you never let go and you're so tight, right? that is where the problems arise. And so you have to let go a little bit and trust and have faith and let the energy flow. Detach yourself from the outcome. So instead of going, well, I want to reach this amount of people, or I need to be this weight or whatever, like detach yourself from that and focus more on the process and focus on more of the actions and the habits that you're doing instead of like, well, I really want to reach 100,000 people. Okay, maybe you can, that's smart and specific, but instead going, I'm not going to worry about that. I would like to reach that many people and help that many people. That would be awesome. But what I really need to focus on and do to get there would be not worry about that and figure out how to best support people. What are people's problems? How can I serve? How can I help? What information can I learn or do I know that could really, really help a lot of people? And that's what you need to focus on. And that's where you need to put your energy on. Detach from the outcome and attach to the habits and the things that you need to do that will actually magically get you there. But stop holding on so tight. Stop it. Number 4, this is really similar, but control what you can control. There's the internal locus of control. We always have the sphere of influence and who you can control. Always go back to you. That's who you can control. You can control your mind, what you do, your actions, right? And it can be hard, but that's one of the keys to success is to really master yourself, to master your emotions, to master who you are, because that's the only person you can control. So stop trying to master everything else and master yourself first. And you will seriously go so much further. And so let go of some of the stuff. You can't control another person. You can't control the outcome that we're trying to detach. You can't control that. You probably can get there if you do the right habits and actions. But that's what you need to focus on. So let go of the control, let go of these things that are not serving you, and just do what you need to do that is going to get you there. Number 5, I just talked about this a little bit, but reconnect with your why. Reconnect with your reason for doing something. What is the main reason, right? And so I think about this, like having my beautiful son, I'm like, why am I doing some of this stuff? Like I'm here because I want to serve people. I want to help people. I want to reduce suffering in the world. I want to help myself so that I can continue to work on my health and be there for my family and be able to do those things, right? And looking at my beautiful son, I'm like, that is the reason too. Like how I show up affects him. It affects me. It affects my family. But it affects him and his life experience, right? And so it's like, I want to give him the best life that I possibly can. I want to be the best mom and person I possibly can. And so I need to remember that. And I need to remember my why with all of this. Like stop getting lost in the sauce and remember the main goal. And I think that will really help you and motivate you and give you that courage and the strength to keep persisting and keep going when it's hard, when you're struggling, because you know that it's bigger than yourself and you know that it's about somebody else. Number 6, it's interesting how these are all linking together, but focus on someone else. Stop focusing on you and what you can do better. I understand the intrinsic internal locus of control, that you can only control yourself. You can only control yourself, but you do need to focus on serving other people, providing value, helping other people. Honestly, that's where you're going to get wealthier. That's where you're going to build more for yourself and be able to do more in the world. But that's also where you're going to feel happier. I said, and I did a video recently on if you feel sad, the best thing to do is to help someone else. And so don't forget that. Yes, you can only control yourself, but you should control yourself to then work and help other people. It's about others. Life is about others. How can we help other people? Number 7, be more patient. How many of you guys have eaten a salad or eaten a salad even for a week, which is amazing, every single day, especially if you're not used to that. And you're like, yes, I've eaten a salad every single day. Go me. I'm awesome. I'm rocking it. Great job. But then you expect to have lost like 15 pounds. Okay, that is not necessarily how that works. And so you have to keep going. It's going to take time after time and salad after salad after salad. And so be patient and know that it's going to take time, especially if you're trying to do something big, especially if you're trying to do something hard or something that will stick and stay long term. It's going to take time. Put in the time. And lastly, number 8 is to stop the scarcity and the lack. Focus on what you can control. Focus on what you need to do, but stop worrying so much about it. Worry, anxiety, fear, all that stuff is not going to bring what you want. Okay. And so if you're worried or you're like, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to be financially free. And what if I don't do this? Or I'm trying to get a job. And what if I don't do this? And like, you are retracting and you are preventing success or that thing from coming to you. Peace, calm, belief, hope, faith, love. These are all things that are going to attract good things towards you. So start channeling those good emotions. I know it's hard. It's like, well, how don't I worry? How did I do this? I could do a video on that if you're interested. But the more calm you are, the more peaceful you are, the more you believe and have hope. Like when I'm feeling really in that mood, that's when more successes happen for me, is that energy. So be mindful of the energy and what you're putting out into the world. What message are you sending? All right, so those were a few tips on how to get out of your own way. I'm not perfect at this, but it's definitely something that I have to learn and that I'm constantly learning. And so I wanted to share some tips that have helped me and that are helping me. So let me know in the comments below if these are helpful, if you resonate with this, if you have any questions, if you have any tips for anyone, definitely let us know below. Feel free to like and subscribe for more. You've got this. Keep learning, working, and growing. I'm grateful that you're on the journey. I'm grateful that you want to do more with your life and you believe in yourself. Let's keep learning, working, and growing together. Bye, guys. You got this.